Good evening, YouTube. It's Fired Up Friday. All right, everybody. Hey, I hope everybody had a great week. I know I did. I was sick all week, but not too terrible. We got through the week, and I'm glad to see it's the weekend. I got a really cool package from my buddy Will. And hey, it's Fired Up Friday, and I got something to light up. And if you're into that, stick around and let's do this. All right, Will, what'd you do? You hooked me up, man. I already know what's in here because we've already been talking about this. This is a part that I have honestly been looking for a couple years, actually. And Will Gwiadzowski, he is a stovey, just like I am. And he had a couple of these Aladdin Blue Flame Heaters that he was parting out, and he had the top. Now, how in the world one of these tops gets, let me get this out of our way, gets separated from the unit, I have no idea. I know that you can cook on these, and you typically would take the top off to cook on it, but I've been using a pie plate that I've modified to actually put on the top of my heater. So Will Gwiadzowski, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. I owe you one, buddy. And for that, we're going to fire it up right now in your honor. And thank you. Okay, so for those of you who may not be up to speed on these Aladdin Blue Flames, this is what they look like. I'm going to pull this out. Oh, hang on. I need two hands. That should do it. Pull this baby out. Get the box out of the way. And we'll take a look. Look at this beautiful, beautiful beast. It is an Aladdin Blue Flame. It is a Model 15. What do we got here? It is, P150056. I think the 15 signifies that it's a Model 15. And it is, where is this made? I know that they are made in different places. Well, the box, assuming that box right there is the original box, this one was made in Great Britain, it says. But let's see. This says, under license, Aladdin Industries, Nashville, Tennessee, USA. That's probably more of a distributor type thing. I don't know. But there it is. Let's get her fired up. All right, so let's get this fuel cap out of there. And this is a really cool little fuel gauge. This little plastic goodie here, I don't want to snap it off, but the fuel levels will touch these spikes right here, and it'll kind of turn these the ends here that are visible almost like a little LED based on like where the fuel level is. So you can see that this goes down into the font and essentially transfer. It's just a very ingenious way to actually let you know what the fuel levels are. And then this little plastic cap here, I'm going to have to put you down, and we're going to figure that out. That was not easy, but I will tell you, it's got a flat spot right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's essentially it's keyed, so it's flat right there on that corner. So you don't want to try to turn it, and I see why, because you want that to be in this E. The empty would be closest to you every time. So there's a lip on the font here. It's not perfectly dry, but I'm going to pour that fuel out of there. But anyway, yeah, you would want that to go every time, and then of course the longest one would go into the E. So where it says E there, the longest would go into E, so that lines everything up. That's ingenious. this little lever right here. You flip that up, and this whole chimney just flops right over like that, and that exposes the wick, and then you can see the inside of the heater. And this is looking pretty good. Now, I've been into this before. Oh, you know what? What a dummy. That's the fuel side. Look at this. There's the fuel. This is where we're going to put the fuel. Oh my gosh. Oh well. We both learned something. So anyway, there it is. I should have been more mindful of that. This is just for the fuel gauge. Now, I'm going to flip this back over real quick, because I do want to pour out this. There's a little bit of kerosene still in there, and let me get something to do that with. There we go. I'm going to put this in there, and let's see what this old fuel looks like. Not too bad. It's still white. You know? That's not terrible. Let me smell it. That's not too bad. That's okay. My experience is that when it's yellow and it smells really skunky, that's bad. All right, next up, kerosene. K1, clean burning fuel for heaters and lanterns and stoves. This is the stuff that you want to use in these Aladdin Blue Flame heaters and most kerosene heaters. You don't want to skimp on your kerosene. It'll stink. It'll ruin your wick. It just won't, all around won't be good stuff. So I'm going to put the fuel gauge back in, but I'm kind of glad that we tinkered with this. At least you'll see how it comes apart. I did want to clean this little lens anyway, and I've got some plastic cleaner over there. I want to get it. There we go. Give this a good cleaning, and we'll put this right back in place. Again, I made a mistake. I didn't need to pull this apart, but at least I know, and now you know. Don't do what I did. All right, that looks better, right? And let's give this a little cleaning. Yeah, that's nice. There we go. And again, what we learned is the long one goes to the E, and then this is keyed. That's interesting. This one's keyed closest to the outside. We know that that is the one that gets the fuel gauge. Poke that in a little bit. I'm going to say don't take this out unless you have to. But you know what it looks like now, if you were curious. I'm going to put this back. And then interesting enough, right here, this has got like a flat spot or a key on the upside, but it's closer to the chimney. So you know that that's the fuel cap. All right, so we got a nice filtered funnel. Let's give it some fuel. I'm going to go with a ½ gallon. That should do it. All right. If you don't wipe out your funnel real good, then dust will collect in that oily kerosene, and then your funnel's just dirtier than it ever needs to be. Put the screwdriver back. Let's put this cap back. Oh, yeah, it looks good. The cap gasket looks good. Let's give this a little wipe down. A little bitty wipe down. There we go. Now we'll pull up the lever and drop the chimney down. And this is our burner cap. Looks good. Like so. And let's see if our wick is movable. So far, no. Oh, wait. Okay, no, that's down. Oh, it's moving. That's nice. That's nice. And it's decent. The wick's a little bit higher on this side than it is on this side. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you can definitely see that it's yellow on this side over here where the wick is higher. This looks just right. This looks too high. Let's see what happens when we put the chimney on it. There we go. Turn it up a little bit. There we go. It's got a little yellow in it, and there shouldn't be. But let me just get this. Let me get it warmed up. Hey Will, I forgot the best part. Oh man, the heat is just pouring out of this thing. There we go. Ta-da! And look at this, it's starting to do its job in there. Beauty. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to tinker around with this stove for a little bit longer, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a peek inside the window. It's starting to tune out. I like it. It's all blue. Even the side that is a little higher than the side. So I'm going to order one of those wick. There's like a wick cleaner and shaper. I'm going to order that and maybe do a little manicuring on that wick, and I should be good to go. Will, thank you so much for the lid, the missing link, buddy. Thank you. I owe you one, bud. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you guys around this weekend. I got all kinds of stuff lined up for this weekend. I think it is swap meet weekend. Yep, it's the last weekend of the month, and I think on Sunday is the swap meet. So if I'm feeling good, I'm going. By the way, I don't know how I missed it. It's been a long week. I'm sorry. Made in England. So right there. And then look at our blue flame of glory. I love it. All right, everybody. Thank you, and I'll see you around.